Hi, this 3-minute spanner tutorial, part 15, separate. The last tutorial I'm talking about the join function. Now this tutorial I'm talking about the separate function, which is the opposite of the join. So now I just want to choose this script and then tap in the edit mode, and then I press Ctrl tab to change to the face mode. And now I choose the top face of the cube and then I press P. P is the separate function on edit mode. And you can see there's 3 functions you can separate from, but now I just want to focus on the selection separate. Selection separate is meant to separate the things you have selected. In this case, it's the top face of the cubes. We just left click on the selection, and now you can see there are 2 different objects. You tap it to the object mode, and then you can see there are 2 different identical objects now. This function is really useful in many aspects. For example, maybe there's a cup here and you want to create some water inside the cup. So you just duplicate the bottom part of the cup and then you shift D and then you right click and then you fill the top, and last you just press P and separate the selection, and then you tap it to the object mode. You have a really nice separate water object inside the cup. And the separate function is also work really well with the array modifier. For instance, I may want to duplicate this cup for like 10 times, and then I use the array modifier to do it. But somehow I realized that after you apply the array modifier, there actually is one object. So what we can do now is tap back to the edit mode, and then we press A to choose all the object, and then we press P and then choose the loose part. That means it will separate each object which they are not connected to each other. And then you tap it to object mode, you have a really nice separate cup here. And then you can edit the cup separately. The last thing I want to do here is to put all the objects back to their origin point. It's really trouble if your object didn't locate the origin point correctly. So I now choose all the cup, and then I press Shift, Ctrl, Alt and Z, and then choose origin to geometry. And now you have a really nice separate cup here. And then last part, just show you how to do the cup in few seconds.